Hey guys, what is going on? It is Phantom here, and today I'm going to be going over a discussion slash review slash thoughts on Devil May Cry 5. Major spoiler alert, the reason why the screen right now is black is because I'm going to be going over the plot for the game as well as showing some clips from the later missions, so I don't want to spoil anything for you guys, so if you haven't played the game, I definitely recommend clicking off this video right now. Go on Amazon, buy that game, play it. Before you do that, drop a like on the video. And yeah, so the video will be starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Devil May Cry 5. I picked this up on the day it came out for my Xbox One X, and I had an absolute blast playing through this game. Start to finish, it was an amazing game. So I really liked it. And Devil May Cry has always been a series that I've loved. I wouldn't necessarily call myself a hardcore fan, but I've definitely loved the series over the years. And Dante is one of my favorite characters of all time, easily. He's just so sarcastic and witty, and he's just a fun character. So I'm going to be going over the plot for the game. I'm going to go over gameplay, what I thought of the gameplay, and then just miscellaneous thoughts on the game to conclude this video. So the game starts off with Dante fighting the demon Urizen, and Dante was defeated while Nero and V watch from the background, but they don't assist Dante because they knew they weren't strong enough to help Dante. Dante was defeated, and V and Nero go out to obviously find Dante. But during this, we skip back to a time jump where we find out that Urizen is actually the demon that removed or ripped off, literally, Nero's arm. That's why he has a prosthetic arm throughout the game. So Nero and V set out to go find Dante, who was actually disguised by the Sparta sword. And the Sparta sword is the weapon to kill Urizen. V looks at Dante with this look in his eye. He goes to stab Dante, but Dante wakes up, and then V acts like it was the only way to wake him. Now, at this point, Dante pretty much has a guess on Nero that Nero is dead weight. And this is just a reoccurring thing throughout the game that Nero is nothing. Nero is dead weight. Nero's useless. And it enrages Nero. And this is, like I said, it's just a recurring thing, and it pays off at the very end. I promise you it does. So after that whole thing happened, V reveals to Trish that Urizen is actually the demonic half of Virgil, and Virgil is obviously Dante's brother. And after this happens, V begins to feel sick during the game. He begins to get frail. His skin's kind of getting all like scaly, I guess. He just grows very weak throughout the game, or the remainder of the game. Now, with the sword, Dante goes to fight Urizen, and he defeats him. But we find out, obviously, we found out before, but then he says it, that he is Virgil. And all he wanted was more power. And there's a scene in the middle of the game after we rescue Dante that V goes to Virgil and Dante's house and stabs himself. And that's where we see how V split himself with the demon, who really V is actually Virgil. While this is going on, while Dante defeats Urizen, Nero and V catch up to them, and V's final request is to go over to Urizen, and he fuses himself back with Urizen, and out comes the good old Virgil that we know and love. Now, after this happened, we find out that Virgil is actually Nero's father. So with the constant "you're not good enough" from Dante, and now finding out that this demon that he's been trying to kill throughout the whole game, and that was his mission, to get stronger to kill said demon, is actually his father, and his father was with him the entire time, basically. Just a total mindfuck for Nero, and it just sends him in an absolute craze. He's raged, he's confused, he's angry, he's sad, he doesn't know what to do with himself. Now, Dante goes to find Virgil to fight with Virgil. Obviously, we know that they've had a sibling rivalry for years, and Nero wants to kill Virgil. He wants him dead. And Trish, Lady, and Nico is a character I want to touch on in a bit, all pretty much tell him, Don't go. It's not going to leave you if you kill your father. Now, during this, Dante goes to kill Virgil, and the two fight. And as they're about to kill each other, basically, Nero jumps in the middle, fully in his Devil Trigger form, and he's like, listen, guys, there's better ways to settle this besides killing each other. But Virgil laughs it off, and they fight. The main final mission of the game is Nero versus Virgil, father versus son, and Nero defeats Virgil. Now, after this, Dante and Virgil go off to cut down the tree because it's collapsing in on itself, and V gives Nero his book to remember him by as the game concludes. And as the credits roll, Nico and Nero are reunited while Virgil and Dante are fighting demons in the underworld. So the reoccurring theme, as I said, throughout the whole plot was just Nero and the constant "you're not good enough," and then finding out the truth about his father and his family. Made Nero a very good character in this game, and it was my favorite part of seeing the struggle through the third act to finally coming through and saying, let's resolve this, ultimately just to fight him anyway. It was really good. I really did enjoy the story. Now, as for the gameplay, you play as three different characters. You obviously play as Dante, you play as Nero, and you play as V. Nero and Dante are very similar in their combat style, but Dante has more of a variety of weapons, while Nero has the Devil Trigger with his prosthetic arm, which makes for a lot of cool sequences throughout the game. Plus, he has the grapple, but Dante has more weapons and melee attacks and different weapons to use. So, Dante and Nero are very similar, but Dante definitely has more of a variety. And V was definitely the black spot in this game. I did not enjoy V's missions at all. The boss battles were fun, but getting through the missions to get to said boss battles felt like an absolute drag. You obviously don't fight with the demons with V. You use his animals, Griffin and Shadow, which just made his missions a drag. They just weren't fun in my opinion. I didn't enjoy playing as V. Good character. I love V as a character, but actually playing as him, I just didn't really enjoy it all that much. But hey, who knows? You guys might have differences in opinions, which is awesome because different opinions makes the world a lot more fun. Now, one character I did want to talk about is Nico. Nico was the comic relief character of this game, and she's just awesome. She was just really cool throughout the game. All of her one-liners here and there, and then my favorite part of the game is when she finally meets Dante and she explains that her grandmother was the one who designed the ebony and ivory pistols that Dante uses. And as a welcoming gift, she gives him a hat that she designed as a weapon. And Dante puts on the hat, and then he does a full-blown Michael Jackson dance routine. And I was like, if this game couldn't get any better, it just did. I'm a huge fan of Michael Jackson, and seeing Dante dance like Michael Jackson was the most Dante thing I've ever seen. And it was just hilarious, and I was shocked, and I was like, no way this is real. So I quit the game, and I went back into it just to make sure I wasn't tripping balls, and I watched the cutscene again, and that was just funny. I was definitely one of the highlights from the game. So to conclude, the gameplay was a lot of fun despite these missions not being all that for me, as well as the plot was a very good plot with the overarching theme with Nero, and it was just a lot of fun. The gameplay was good, great even, the story was great, and overall, Devil May Cry is a game I definitely recommend to returning fans from the series as well as newcomers to the series. If this is your first one, you will definitely love it. But anyways, guys, that is my overall thoughts, opinions / review for Devil May Cry 5. I definitely recommend the game, and you guys better go pick it up. I promise you'll love it. But anyways, drop a like on the video if you enjoyed, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next video. Phantom out. Peace. Side note to conclude the video. So this was my first review that I've done for a game in about 5 years. The last review that I've done, I believe, was Killer Instinct for the Xbox One. And I want to get back into reviewing games. So this, I feel like, was a definite good starter for me to get back into reviewing games. So expect more reviews every so often here on the channel. And next time, I'm most likely going to write a script to read off of, because this, I had like little bullet points in my phone to make sure I hit, but I know, I'm sure it seemed a little bit unorganized compared to many others' reviews. But I hope you guys enjoyed it, and for newcomers to the channel, I hope you guys give me a chance. But anyways, guys, Phantom out. Peace.